taking place in the French city of Evian with the participation of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and world leaders. Of course, President al-Sisi is participating in the activities of today's summit. President al-Sisi is taking part in a working lunch as well. That will be joined by leaders of the G7 countries and other participating countries in this year's edition. It is entitled Ensuring a Safe, Swift and Effective Employment of Artificial Intelligence. To shed more light on the G7 summit, we are very much delighted to be joined over the phone by our guest, Dr. Ahmed Mahmoud, the journalist at Al Ahram newspaper. Good afternoon to you, Dr. Mahmoud.
Good afternoon.
How are you, sir?
Everything is fine, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, Egypt is taking part, its participation in the G7 summit in Evian, France, and of course, very important participation. How do you see the keenness of the G7 to invite Egypt for the summit, and how do you see the Egyptian participation in such summit?
Well, actually, we have to think about this participation as a significant presence in this high-level international forum. Well, this participation also is not a normal participation. It's a partner country in the summit, which confirms global recognition of its active role in maintaining security and stability in the Middle East. And also not only in the Middle East, but also in the African continent, especially in light of current geopolitical crisis almost all around.
Of course. Doctor, also President Sisi had several meetings, held several meetings yesterday on the sidelines of the summit. Also today he's expected to meet shortly with U.S. President Donald Trump. Yesterday he met with the German Chancellor, the EU Commissioner, and many figures, many world leaders as well. So the importance of such meetings and the importance of today's meeting between President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and U.S. President Donald Trump?
Well, actually, you know, in diplomacy meetings is always the key to get a strategic consensus on different issues that could make troubles everywhere. So these meetings are actually reflecting the convergence in assessing the global challenges and also in putting the ability to present a model for development and moderation in a turbulent regional environment, which reinforce Egypt's role as an influential international actor that contributes to shaping solutions for the actual international crisis.
Yes. Dr. Mahmoud, also President Sisi is going to take part today in lunch, in a working lunch that would be, of course, he would be joined by the world leaders. And this lunch meeting is entitled Ensuring a Safe, Swift and Effective Employment of the Artificial Intelligence, a very important field that, of course, we should be sharing with the G7 industrialized countries. How do you see the importance of such a meeting for Egypt?
Well, let's just think about that. The importance of this summit is providing a global platform for vital dialogue in such files about how we say development in the world. So this is an opportunity to get a global vision on how to arrange the supply chains, not only in energy or security, but also in cooperation in the fields of digitalization and artificial intelligence. These areas, Egypt is now putting a promising opportunities in terms of international cooperation. And I think this is a wonderful opportunity to find a way to apply such possibility of cooperation between these countries.
Yes. Sir, also the summit witnessed the discussion of many files of great concern to the whole world. Of course, the latest developments in the Iranian-American war and the peace agreement that is expected to be signed by next Friday, and of course the importance of the security of navigation in the waterways, the international waterways, of course the Ukrainian-Russian war. How do you see such topics that were tackled in the G7 summit?
Well, I may say this in terms of being an Egyptian and really proud of my yes. country and my government and my president also. Egypt is now viewed as an indispensable partner in settling regional disputes. And this makes Egypt is a necessary country to be present and participating in such agreements to settle down these conflicts that seem sometimes impossible to settle down. So hopefully, I think this meeting may find a way through the Egyptian, how we say, activities and ways of settling these things to find a final consensus to end all these disputes.
Yes. During his speech yesterday at the round table that, of course, the President Abdel Fattah did take part in, he discussed many issues, of course, as we have been mentioning, the Iranian-American peace agreements, the situation in the region, as well as, of course, the developments concerning the violations in Lebanon and, of course, the peace agreement between the Palestinians and the Israelis and the developments in the Gaza Strip and the West Bank and the rejection of all the violations from the Israeli side. How do you see these topics that the President was also keen to tackle during his speech in the roundtable?
Well, I think time always shows that the Egyptian wisdom in tackling these issues and the Egyptian point of view about how to solve these problems, whether in Palestine or in south of Lebanon or in Iran or wherever in the Middle East, is not only wise but also with a very forward vision to find a just solution for these cases and how we say brutality of dealing with the situation. I think this is a good opportunity. This time I will say for the leaders of the world to listen carefully to what the Egyptian leader is going to say and to try to understand exactly the situation, not always from the Western side, but also from the side of the depth of this area, to tell them how to solve the situation in a just way to achieve a point of humanity in the world.
Sir, we have to mention here that the G7 summit came at a time when there were many disagreements between the United States and the European Union states, or most of the European Union states, regarding many issues, of course, regarding the Iranian war and, of course, the Ukrainian war as well. So how do you see this summit? Do you see the summit as an opportunity to bridge the differences, to bridge the gap between the United States and the European Union states? Or how do you see the outcome of such summit from your point of view regarding these topics that were a source of disagreement between the EU and the United States?
I think time is always showing that wars are not the solution for any crisis.
Indeed.
And peace is always the best solution, and consensus about finding a way to solve problems is always the only key to find a better future for the humanity in everywhere. I think through the conflict between Russia and Ukraine, and also the United States and the European Union disagreement on such problem showed that the time can go non-stop without finding a way to solve this problem, which means is the only solution is to take the opportunity of gathering together in this summit and try to listen to each other and find a suitable way to solve this problem without making any more kind of, I don't know, stubborn in finding a brutal solution for this.
Yes, of course, Egypt taking place in the summit. So how do you see the economic cooperation and the opportunities of more economic cooperation between Egypt and the European Union? And of course, we have been witnessing strategic partnerships between Egypt and the European Union during the past few years.
Well, to be honest, the European countries have seen since even before the problem of Hormuz that Egypt has the strategic position in the world that can be a good opportunity for them for a lot of cooperation. But now again with this problem in the Middle East, time showed that this is the best solution for a partnership that can offer a lot of solving problems in terms of transferring the oil or the gas, and I think that Europe is now keen to in depth to deepen the cooperation with Egypt as the choice that can offer security and an easy way to development.
Indeed. Sir, a very important issue was of great concern for all the leaders, as well as the importance of securing the navigation in the international waterways and the freedom of navigation while they are secured. Do you believe here that the world leaders in their summit would reach a consensus regarding this very important issue?
If they have the will, they will definitely reach a consensus. But any negotiations needs a will from both sides or different sides who are included in the issue. So I think if the American president or the U.S. Department really wants to reach a consensus in finding a better solution, I think they will reach one.
What are your expectations, sir, from the outcome of this summit regarding these very important and tense file in just a quick wrap-up?
I think it's too early to get a wrap-up from this summit because we don't know yet what are the approaches that they are going to tackle in this issue. But I think from my point of view that there is a will to find a solution after this suffering from the effects of the war in the Middle East on almost every economy in the world. So hopefully I think they will reach a way to find a solution for this problem.
Yes, indeed. Dr. Ahmed Mahmoud, our journalist at Al Ahram newspaper, always a pleasure to listen to your precious input, sir. And continuing our special coverage for the G7 meeting, which is taking place in Evian, France, and we'll be back with more coverage and more updates.